to the cloud. There we go. Okay, so no equipment required for this half-hour session, and we're going to start on our hands and knees on our mat. This way better. All right, so get your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. And we're just going to start off with our nice cat-cow, just to kind of loosen the spine, mobilize the spine. So breathing in as you scoop the spine, pushing belly down, tailbone up, and breathing out as you round across the shoulders and look back towards the thighs. That's it. Great. Then we're just going to start to draw nice big circles with the hips. So coming forwards, putting the weight onto your wrists and then pushing back, sliding the bum over to the right foot, then over to the left. Just making lovely big sweeping circles. Again, just trying to sort of warm up the body, get it ready for some nice movement. Good, and then a few in the other direction as well, so just change whichever way you're going. Good. Lovely. And then just push the bum back down onto your heels. You might want to take the knees slightly apart and just take a lovely stretch of your lower back and your shoulders, just reaching those arms up towards the top end of your mat and maybe resting your chin or your forehead down onto the floor if that's comfortable. Brilliant. Then we're just going to come onto a seated position and roll ourselves down onto our back. So with your hands in underneath your knees or arms extended, whichever you prefer, take your breath in and then on an exhale, lead with the pelvis, getting the lower back down onto the floor first and then middle spine and then your shoulders and your head. Lovely. Okay, then we're just going to start off with a little bit of pelvic tilt. So on the exhale, we're just going to tilt the pelvis back, pressing our lower spine into the floor and feeling the glutes lift off ever so slightly. And then inhale, just release it back into neutral. Exhale, tilt back. Inhale, release. Good. Exhale, tilt back. And inhale, release. Good. Now, keeping the pelvis just as it is, put your hand onto your belly button and on the exhale, feel those abdominal muscles tighten and contract. You may even also feel this in your pelvic floor. Inhale to release. Exhale, tighten. Inhale to release. And one more. Exhale, tighten. And inhale to release. Great. Okay, now put your hands, interlaced fingers just behind your head. So your hands and arms are supporting the weight of your head. So there's no straining of the neck. We're going to go into some nice abdominal curl-ups. So take your breath in. Then on the exhale, that tightening in of those lower abdominals. And then curl your head and your shoulders, lifting them up off the floor, head supported, head neck is floppy, and your gaze comes towards your thighs. Inhale and release. And again, exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale, tightening of abdominals as you lift. Inhale, release. Good. Two more. Lovely. Now rest your head down, bring your arms either side of the body, and lift your legs up into your tabletop position. Okay, now we're just going to go into a few little toe taps. So just lowering your right foot down towards the floor and then lifting back in. Now thinking about your spine, so trying not to change the position of your spine on the floor as you're lowering each leg, just alternating right leg and then left leg, keeping the bend at the knee the same and hinging at the hip. Good. And one more on each side. Okay, then just put both your feet down onto the floor, let your knees rock a little bit from side to side. Okay, we're going to combine those two movements now. So I'll just show you if you need to. We're going to try and do this all with our feet lifted, legs up in our tabletop position. But if you need to at any point, you just put the feet down and concentrate just on straightening your leg out like that, rather than your toe tap lowering down. Okay, if you're feeling any sort of problems happening in your lower back. Okay, so hands back in behind the head, fingers interlaced, head nicely supported. Elbows are wide, but you can just sort of see them out of your peripheral vision. Okay, nice breath, or no, yes, lift your legs up into the tabletop position. Nice breath in, and then on the exhale, tightening those lower abs, come up into your curl up. Now, as we lower the head and shoulders down, we're going to take that right toe, right foot down towards the floor. Then on our exhale, we bring the knee back in and curl up. Next, a lower, so as we inhale, we take the left foot down as we lower head and shoulders down. And then exhale, lift back up, keep going, right leg next. Inhale, exhale. Left leg, inhale, exhale. Lovely, keep going. Inhale, lower the foot as you lower head and shoulders. Exhale to come into your curl up and bring the knee back into tabletop position. Just alternating right and left leg. Like I said, if you're finding this difficult for the lower spine, just put your feet back down onto the floor, and instead of this toe tap, try straightening out the leg instead. I'll show you one round of what that looks like before we finish. Good, and then wherever you are, just relax, head and shoulders down, feet down onto the floor, and just let your knees rock from side to side. Brilliant. Okay, now bring your knees pointing up to the ceiling again and raise your arms so your fingertips are pointing up to the ceiling. We're going to do some knee and arm openings. This time we're taking things out to the side. Okay, so on your inhale, take your right arm and your left leg, open them out to the side. So your right hand will probably touch the floor. Your left knee probably won't, but that's okay. And then exhale, bring them all back into the center. Breathe in, right leg and left arm. And exhale, bring them back into the middle. Good, keep going. So what we're trying to do here is make sure that the opposite leg doesn't get carried over. So we're helping to improve the mobility of our hips. Good, now you can keep your feet on the floor, or again, we can do this with the legs up in our tabletop position. Same idea, opening out to the side just as wide as you can manage, and back in on the exhale. Breathe in to open, breathe out to come back into the center. Lovely. And remember, every time you breathe out, you bring those abdominal muscles closer in towards the spine. Now we're going to try some here where we open everything out. So on our inhale, take both knees out wide, take both arms out to the side, and then exhale, close everything back in. Breathe in, open. Thinking about your spine, keeping it steady. Exhale, close everything back. Good, 3 more. And close. Breathe in, wide. Breathe out, close. And last one, breathe in. And out. Lovely, just give those knees now a nice little hug into the tummy. And you might enjoy rocking a wee bit from side to side. Great. Okay, we're going to go into some nice oblique work now. So feet back down onto the floor, hands back in behind the head. And we're going to go into our oblique crunches this time. Okay, so as we curl up, we're going to lift the knee in towards the opposite shoulder. So we're lifting up just one shoulder coming into this sort of crisscross crunch. Okay, so breathe in to prepare. And then on your exhale, lift your right shoulder off the floor, reaching it across to your left knee, which you're pulling in towards right shoulder and elbow. And then release back down. Stay on the same side. Exhale, up. Inhale, release. Same side again. We're doing 5 on each side. Good. 2 more. Brilliant. Now we swap sides, lifting the left shoulder blade off. And right knee comes in towards left shoulder and elbow. 4 more. Trying to get that full shoulder lifted. And last one. Is it possible that I have lost count, counting up to 5? Okay, so you can stay with exactly that. Just keep repeating that, doing 5 on one side, 5 on the other. Or you can try with your legs lifted. And now I'll show you all. Just do it with me actually. So nice breath in. Then on your exhale, lift off that right shoulder. So you're reaching across to the left. Now extend and lower that right leg. Now stay here. Okay, we're going to bring it back in. Stay reaching over. Exhale, extend and lower that right leg. Come back in. 3 more breaths. Exhale, lower. Come back. Good. Keep the tension in those abs. Lower and back. 1 more. Exhale. Bring it back. And lower that right shoulder back down onto the floor. Good. Nice breath in. Then on the exhale, lift left shoulder up. Breathe in. And then on your next exhale, extend and lower that left leg. And back in. Good. And extend. Inhale, come back. Good. 3 more. And back. And back. Last one. Come back and release back down. A little hugging of the knees. Maybe rocking again from side to side. Okay, we've got 1 more to do, sort of similar to this. Now again, you can go back to feet on the floor and just repeat what we did, doing 5 on each side if that's working better for you. Okay, otherwise come with me and we're going to lift the legs back into our tabletop again. Nice breath in. And on the exhale, curl up, lifting that right shoulder off. Now we're going to keep this shoulder and keep ourselves in this crossed over, curled up position. Now extend that right leg down towards the floor and we're going to do little circles. So 5 circles inwards. 1 with the right leg, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 circles outwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Bring the knee back into tabletop. Lower your head and shoulders down. Repeat on the other side. So exhale to curl yourself up. Then extend and straighten that left leg. 5 circles inwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 circles outwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knee back in. Lower head and shoulders down. And give the knees a little hug. Brilliant. Okay. Now lower the feet back down onto the floor, and we're going to come back into our neutral pelvis position and do a few little shoulder bridge rolls, lifting the arms up overhead. So make sure you have enough room above you if possible. So starting off with your pelvis in a nice neutral position, breathe in, then on your out breath, tilt that pelvis back. Peel your glutes and your lower spine off the floor, middle spine off the floor. Lovely. Now hold in this position as we inhale and take the arms up overhead. And then exhale, lower the arms, lower your spine. Everything back down onto the floor. Breathe in, pelvis in neutral, we prepare. Exhale, tilt back, curl and lift. Breathe in, float the arms up. And breathe out, bring the arms down. Lower your spine down. And release as you breathe in. Good. 2 more. Exhale, tilt back, lift. Squeeze. Breathe in, arms reach up overhead. And breathe out, lower. Good, breathe in, release. And last one, exhale, tilt, roll, squeeze, breathe in, take the arms up overhead. And breathe out, lower everything back down to the floor. Brilliant. Okay, now we're going to take the legs as straight as you can manage up towards the ceiling. We're going to come into a little sort of version of scissors. Okay, so if you need a bend in the legs, that's completely fine. Don't think you have to have them completely straight. Now breathe in, then on your out breath, lift yourself up into a curled up position. Grab hold of that right leg. Now we're going to stay in this position, just like we did with that crisscross, and just lower and lift this left leg, okay? So nice breath in. And then on your exhale, lower left leg, breathe in, bring it back, release that, pull on the right, breathe out, pull right leg back, lower left leg, breathe in and release right leg lifts. Good, 3 more. And last one. Lovely, now swap over, take no breaks if possible. Exhale, lower right leg, pull left leg in. Breathe in, release, right leg lifts. Exhale, lower. Release, good. 2 more. Keeping shoulders down from the ears. Good, can you stay up and do 1 more on each leg? 5, 4, brilliant. 3, 2, drawing abs in with each breath out. Last one, good, switch, holding the left leg, lower right leg. 5, 4, shoulders down from the ears. 3, 2, and 1 more. 1, and release. Head and shoulders down, knees in, and a little gentle rock from side to side. Good. Okay, the next thing can be done either with your feet down on the floor or with your legs lift it up in the tabletop position. Obviously the tabletop position is more challenging than your feet resting on the floor. So I'm going to start on the floor and then progress up to feet lifted. Okay, arms reaching up with your palms kind of facing out, because we're going to sort of go into a bit of a 100 style exercise where we, pulse the arms with the palms facing down towards the floor. Okay, so if you start with the fingertips up towards the ceiling, but your palms facing out. Okay, take a nice breath in, and then on your exhale, tighten in those lower abdominals first. Lift your head and shoulders up off the floor and lower the arms down either side of your thighs. Good, stay here, breathe in, beating the arms, 2, 3, 4, 5, and breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release back down. We're going to add a breath each time, so we do 5 pulses on the in, 5 pulses on the out. Breathe in, prepare. Breathe out, lift up. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release back down. Feet can be on the floor or come with me and lift them up into this tabletop position. Breathe in. Breathe out, 3 breaths this time. Good, breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In and out. One more. And out. And relax down. Good, nice breath in. 4 breaths now. Exhale, lift. And breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In and out. In and out. Last one. And out. Good. Relax head and shoulders down. Legs stay where they are. Last one now. 5 breaths. Ready? Breathe in. And out. Lift. Ready? Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In and out. In and out. 2 more. And out. Last one. And out. Lovely. Relax head and shoulders down. Give the knees a hug in. Good, a little rock from side to side. Perfect. Good, we're just going to go quickly over onto our tummies before we finish. These half hours just fly by too fast. Okay, so onto your tummy and your hands kind of up at your cheek level. Okay, so we're going to use the hands to help support us in a little back extension to kind of stretch out the abs a little bit. So breathing in and then exhale, start to lift your head and your chest, lift the elbows, press down into your hands and come up to wherever is comfortable for you. And then slowly lower down again, feeling your belly touch, then the bottom of your ribs, and then lastly your chest. Good. And again, lift, exhaling, pushing, and lower. Good. You might want to try even taking the arms out into a lovely wide position, so off the mat. And then exhale, keep those shoulders down, away from the ears. And lift, minding not to lock the elbows out, so just keeping them nice and soft. Moving slowly and carefully. Exhaling, lift. Good, and lower. Good. We're going to add in some little leg lifts now, okay? So as we lower the top body, we're going to lift the legs, coming into a little bit of our swan dive prep. Okay, so lift up, head, chest, tummy if you can manage, pelvis even if you can manage. And then as you lower, we're going to peel the legs off the floor using the glutes. Good. Exhale, lift your head and chest, lower the legs. And inhale, lower your chest and lift the legs. Speed it up a little bit if it feels good. So then you really get the rocking motion. But only if that feels comfortable for you. Otherwise, just keep it really nice and slow and focused. Good. One more. Brilliant. Then bring yourself up onto your hands and knees. And we're going to finish as we began. So hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. And just doing our lovely cat stretch. So giving that spine a nice stretch after all those extensions. Good. And then if it feels nice, you might want to go back to a little bit of the cat-cow. But your back might not want to do too much of the, I suppose this must be a cow. I don't know how this is supposed to look like a cow. I must look at a cow the next time I see it, see if its back is all scooped like that. Maybe it is. Good, and then bring your feet together, take your knees a little apart, and just push the bum back down towards the heels. And stretch those hands up towards the end of your mat. And then come into a lovely side stretch where you take the arms and hands all the way off the mat over to either the right or the left side, just whichever you went to first is fine. Just kind of moving around until you feel a nice stretch. Kind of starting right from in under the arm and going all the way down the side body. And then come over and do the other side. Brilliant. And then just coming into a nice seated position, legs crossed or sitting up against a wall or whatever is comfortable for you. And just finish with a few nice deep breaths where we just take a moment to kind of scan the body. You might like to close your eyes just to help you sort of focus inwards and be not so easily distracted by what's around you. So just noticing how the body feels after all that movement. Seeing, can you relax your forehead? Can you relax the jaw? Can you relax the shoulders? Our 3 stress spots. So that with every exhale, you try to soften these 3 areas a little more. And then taking a lovely long breath in through the nose. And an even longer exhale through the mouth. And 2 more, just like that. And then in your own time, just letting the eyes open again. Maybe a little roll of the shoulders backwards, and that's your session finished. So the last class of the year. I'll take this opportunity then on the recording to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and hope to see you in January again. I'll have a wee chat with the live people now, so don't go away.